So what are your thoughts on this whole thing about leprosy showing up in Florida?
I haven't thought about it.
I haven't either. I just keep
I
getting
can make a
these
comment on that. So if there's, I looked into a medical book, and leprosy basically is the skin being grazed, and the person never washes it with soap, and the infection like gets inside and starts to destroy the flesh. So if somebody, when they cut, they always make sure to wash with soap and to make sure that it could be healed, then leprosy doesn't happen. So in other words, leprosy is something that's preventable and treatable in the early stages.
Yeah, they're just trying to scare people.
Well, yeah, but also it could be people took certain shots, and those shots haven't been good for their immune system. So it could be that it's some sort of failure of the immune system, because it doesn't make sense that people with soap and water and running water and baths and showers should have leprosy.
Right, that's thought provoking right there.
Welcome, Rabbi Shirik.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Oh, someone else is speaking up. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just had sort of a random question, just because we had recently talked about farming and stuff and meats and things like that. So my question was, so like animals of prey and things that eat other animals, like they're not kosher. But I was wondering about, I heard of like a cricket being kosher, but like insects in general, or insects that swarm, insects aren't kosher. And also, don't chickens eat mealworms? And how come chickens then aren't considered a bird of prey?
Yeah, so in the Torah, it doesn't say birds of prey. It says a certain amount of birds are not kosher, the rest of the birds are kosher. It just so happens to be that those ones that are not kosher are birds of prey. What that means is they attack other birds. They're not restricted to not eating worms. They're restricted to eating other birds. They attack other birds. They fly like eagles, and they are predators to other birds. Eating a worm is not like a predator that has to plan an attack. It just eats because it has food. It eats everything, picks up everything from the ground. If it's going to be a needle, it'll be a needle also. So that's not their intent. So just going back to the chagavim, not grasshoppers, and not the crickets. I forgot what chagavim are, and what's the English word for it. So basically, that's
Locusts?
I understand. What?
Locusts?
Locusts. I understand that a locust, when there's a plague of locusts, they eat everything up. So there would be famine, and there would be no continuation. So Hashem planned that if there'll be a plague of locusts, certain locusts would be kosher, the people would be able to eat those locusts to be able to survive till the next crop. So they wouldn't be annihilated. However, the Sephardic poskim, I forgot which ones, say that a person shouldn't eat the locusts unless they're in that sort of situation. Like, even though it's kosher, it's only supposed to be there as a last resort. Now, I understand that people that want to help the agenda against the Amalek agenda, they want to say, oh, there's a hechsher for locusts. But first of all, the Haredi rabbis would never eat that. There's only a certain Messiah rabbi, the Sephardim, some modern Orthodox rabbis, but the Haredi rabbis would not eat, because they don't have that Messiah, they don't have that tradition passed down to them, which locusts. And even the Sephardic rabbis write that is only for plan B. It's not it's not l'chatchila. It's only when there's no other food and there's a threat of starvation, and that's made by God. The starvation was made by God because the locusts came and ate everything up. Only then. I hope that answers the question.